Hello, everyone. Happy Halloween. Susan Campfield here with SueStampfield.com. Welcome to my stamp room. Come on in, friends. We're going to relax and craft tonight. So I'm so glad you're here. Welcome from chilly Minnesota. Let me know what the weather is like in your neck of the world. Um, Halloween costume. Yeah. Okay, here's what I got, guys. This is all I got. This is Blackberry Bliss cardstock, and it kind of matches what I'm wearing. So yeah, I'm a Blackberry Bliss cardstock. That's a really lame costume, but hey, it's all I got. I do love that color though, and I have a lot of clothes in that color. So welcome everyone. So glad you're here. We're going to make actually 3 cards tonight, a set of 3 cards with a fun technique. And so we're going to check it out and learn it together. Some of you are watching with me here on Facebook. Hey, Facebook friends, either in my Sue Stampfield Facebook group or on my Susan Campfield Sue Stampfield Facebook page, sorry, or you're over on YouTube with me on my Sue Stampfield YouTube channel. So wherever you are, welcome, welcome. So glad that you're here. I see it's cold everywhere, it looks like. So yeah, we've had 4 trick-or-treaters tonight, I think. We don't typically get a lot, even though we're in a major metropolitan area, because we're in a cul-de-sac, and so it's kind of set apart a little bit, but I have no lipstick on my face. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I wanted to remind you, this will come into play tonight. Project sheet emails. I send out a couple project sheet emails in a month. They're not weekly. I think I might say weekly when you subscribe. They're actually probably every other week or a couple of sometimes the first week and the last week of the month. It just depends. I will have another one going out next week, so you can subscribe to that at SueStampfield.com if you haven't yet, if you want some more creative inspiration right in your inbox. The card we're doing tonight actually will be coming out in the next project sheet email, so that might be useful to you. Let's go ahead and get this party started. Shout out to my moderator, Jennifer Walsh, hanging out in the comments. Jennifer's here to help us tonight, guide us through. She's on YouTube and typing in the live comments, the measurements and some reminders and some item numbers and all the things. So good to see you all here. Welcome, welcome. Wasn't sure how many people would be able to tune in on this busy Halloween night. So welcome everyone. Let's just dive right in. Okay. So we're going to go to my desktop here. Oh, look, we have a cord. We don't really want a cord. It's a microphone cord and it's going to get in my way. Let me just hang it out of the way. Okay, there we go. So I'm a messy crafter. You could probably tell that because yeah, this is actually cleaned up for you guys. That's pretty sad, isn't it? I lose stuff. I'm a messy crafter. I set the stamp box container on my ink pad and then I can't find my ink pad. Do you ever do that? When I lose something and then when I find it again, we take a sip of our beverage and we say found it. So let me know what's in your cup tonight. I have ice water in my cup. That's what I always have, I know, but I'm boring that way. I do like my water. So we're going to have a possibly a well-hydrated evening. We'll see how we roll. Okay, what else do I need? I need a paper trimmer. Did I leave it over? Okay, no, it must be here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. This one is right or wrong? This is right. Okay. So we're going to use the All About Autumn Designer Series paper tonight. The All About Autumn paper, it has been so insanely popular. We've had trouble keeping it in stock. It is back in stock right now. So I'm going to do a card with it while it's available. It just came back in stock. We had a batch last week that then we sold out by Friday, and then there is another batch that is in now. So if you haven't had a chance to pick that up, I would recommend you do it sooner rather than later because it does tend to disappear. All right, here we go. So we're going to concentrate. Now, this paper is gorgeous. It has beautiful patterns. It's got textiles, leaves, leather, autumn things, beautiful photorealistic autumn scenery, which are some of the very popular sides to use. Tonight, we're going to actually focus on the other side of this paper because this can take you beyond fall. Now, so can the textiles. I mean, that would be good for winter, but some of these are fairly fall themed. So I'm going to show you what you can do with the other side of the paper, and we're going to use that for our project tonight. So I had kind of done some mixing and matching. So for example, what is this one here? Yeah. So for this, the card we're going to do is called Stack, Cut, and Shuffle. And we are going to cut these pieces of paper in like angles pieces. And then we're going to use them to make 3 cards. And we're just going to shuffle them around. So each card will look slightly different, but also slightly the same. So we're going to use this side, and like this would be a good combination for this card. We've got a vanilla pattern that has some of the Mossy Meadow and some of the Pretty Peacock in it. And then there are those two. So that would be a good combo. Another good combo would be the Moody Mauve. Either one of these, you could see which one. Like this wood grain is really pretty. I can see using that on a lot of different cards. But this one has the Pretty Peacock, the Moody Mauve, and then they're both in this one as well. So that would be another possible combination that I think would work really well for this card. What we're going to use tonight, oh my gosh, I'm already burying stuff. Oh my heavens, Betsy. All right, I'm going to set those over there so they're out of the way. We're going to use this combo. Now, you absolutely could mix in other papers that are outside of this pack. For this card, I'm going to try to keep it with papers that are in the pack. I've got cards leaking in here. Now, this is the Autumn Leaves die set. Now, this is the ribbon, the copper and natural ribbon that is also back in stock. And this one is the oxidized copper, which would be pretty with this card too. You just need to add in one more pattern. But we're going to use these guys. So let's go ahead and we're going to cut our paper. Now you can look, if you want to look at the other side and keep it directional just so you can use that for something else, you could. But we're actually going to be using all of the paper here on our card. We wouldn't have to, but we're gonna. All right, let me pull out a trimmer. Is this the one I want? So this card is it's called Stack, Cut, and Shuffle. And so we're going to stack all 3 pieces of our paper and we're going to cut them to size. Now, you wouldn't have to. You could cut each individual one because this is a measured size. But when we get to the part where we're going to cut some funky angles, that part you do want to stack them together. I'm super lazy. No, I'm super efficient. That's the word I want, right? So I'm going to go ahead and stack them and cut them all in one go here. So I'm really hoping this is the trimmer that has the nice sharp blade. If it's not, we'll find out in a hurry, won't we? So I'm going to go to 3/4 of an inch here. Oh, and Jennifer, I sent you an updated measurement right before I went live because I missed this dimension on the first one. So hopefully you have that. I'm going to go ahead and cut this at 3 3/4. All right, now I'm going to save these pieces. These pieces are 2 1/4. They just so happen to be the perfect size for the envelope flap. So I'm going to set these aside. And I want to tell you, I learned of this Stack, Cut, and Shuffle from demonstrator Sherry Roth. Her blog and YouTube channel are called Stamped Treasures. And she did this with the... oh, Jennifer, what's the name of the paper that goes with the, it was an online exclusive, the Christmas. It has the little fox in it and the, oh gosh, Susan. It's the horse, it goes with the horse and sleigh stamp set. I'm blanking out on the name of it. That's the one she used in the video that I saw. This one is, okay, so now I'm going to cut this. I cut it at 3 3/4. Now I'm going to cut it at 5 inches. So that's going to leave these little 1-inch pieces. Sherry used those on the inside of her card, those leftover bits. I think that's a great idea. We'll do the same. And now we have these pieces. So now we're going to cut these pieces kind of randomly. Let me grab, I did a little PDF here that shows the cuts that we're going to make. These are not like, they don't have to be exactly like this. You can do your own thing here. Sometimes random things are even harder than measured things. I do get that, but it's just random cuts because we're kind of making a puzzle and we're going to piece the puzzle back together. I hope that makes sense. Did you stop? I'm still going, Donna, so hopefully you guys, let me know if you can still hear and see me, everybody. So this document will be part of the tutorial, the project sheet for this, that will go out in my newsletter next week. So let me know if you are receiving this. It looks like I'm still live. Okay, Judy says we're good. Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to take this piece and we are going to go ahead, and YouTube can see and hear me too. Thank you, everyone. So we're going to go ahead and cut this. And like I said, we're going to do a diagonal cut. And it kind of doesn't, like, it's pretty flexible. I'm not super good at just eyeballing things, and I like to be kind of exact. So just to help my brain out, I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. So on my paper trimmer, there are lines here that are 1/4 inch lines. I'm actually on the 1 to the 3rd 1/4 inch line, or 3/4 of an inch on this side. And down here, down here I have the point of my cardstock at the 1/2 inch line. It doesn't have to be those dimensions. That's what I did when I was practicing this before, so I'm going to stick with that. But again, it doesn't have to be that way. Okay, so I'm going to cut those. So remember, I'm cutting all 3 at once, 1, 2, 3. So I've got those 3 pieces, and now I have this remaining piece, and I'm going to cut it again. So this time I'm going to cut it from here to up here on a diagonal. So I'm just going to go in here, and I'll put this over here, and just, let's see. Trying to decide, I don't remember how I did it before. So this one will be slightly different than my other one, and that is just fine. I think I'm doing it on the 3/4 line down here, and up here I don't really, do I have a line? I guess I can make, okay, I'll switch this to, look at my other one here. What did I do? Oh, I did a whole big chunk on this one. All right, let's go like this. I'm going to go on the 1/2 inch. So I say 1 1/4 inch over here. And then I'll do the spot right here. It doesn't matter. I'm overthinking it. Just cut it. Just cut it, Susan. All right, it's cut. So now when I piece it back together, you can see where we were originally. Okay. I'm going to put this aside for right now. I'll need it again in a minute, but so can you see where we were? We were at 3 3/4 by 5, and we just chopped it into 3 pieces. Okay, so now this is where the shuffling part comes in. So I'm going to leave the peacock on this card, but I'm going to take this piece away and put it on this card. So now it's going to be peacock and mossy meadow. And then I'm going to take this mossy meadow piece and put it over with this peacock piece. And I'm going to leave the copper clay piece here. Okay, so now I need this copper clay piece. We'll go with those. And we've got one more card here. Let's shift you all over. So this one goes here. This piece right here. I feel like I'm doing a shell game or something. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. All right, so we've shuffled them up. So we now have 3 kind of mosaic cards in these rich colors. And it's okay, Donna, you should be able to see it on the replay, the cuts, but I will go over that again here in a minute. So those are our pieces. this again are the dimensions, and I will show this all at the end, and this is how we cut it. So again, this piece is 3 1/4 by 5, and it doesn't particularly matter how you cut it. You just want to cut it into 3 pieces. Okay, so I've got my pieces right here, and I'm going to bring that paper trimmer in. So somebody's got to move. Somebody's got to move out of the way. I'm going to layer these. Oh, things are falling. I'm going to layer these on a piece of cardstock, and I'm going to use Early Espresso. An espresso. It doesn't want to come off the shelf. There we go. More than one piece. All right, Early Espresso. And I am going to, I need 3 pieces for my 3 cards, and these are going to be 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Now, if you don't like working in 1/8 inches, you could change this to be 1/4 inches. That would be fine. All right, so let's grab this, and this is going to be 5 1/8. I hope I cut that one right. Did I? I did. Hallelujah. Okay, 5 1/8 right here. Just out of curiosity, what would it look like if I flipped them over? We can take a look at that. That's a good question. And you could, of course, to do this, I'd have to flip them all over. They wouldn't match up again. But you could decide ahead of time what side of the paper you want to use. And on one of them, you certainly could use one of the pattern sides if you prefer to do that. Totally your choice. All right. So I have those 3 7/8 inch by 5 1/8 inch pieces of Early Espresso. I've got this piece left over here, and I'm going to cut this. So this will need to be 3 3/4 inches. I'm going to cut it at 4. I know that seems weird, but we're going to emboss it, and when you emboss cardstock, it shrinks. So I'm going to be better off to kind of cut it to fit after I emboss it. So is this one the right size? This one's already the 3 3/4, I think. Here, this is a leftover piece. Let's do this. So this is 3 3/4 by 4. And I'll trim it to fit my card. Okay, how we doing, everyone? Did I lose you? Are you totally confused? We're going to get there, no worries. All right, so making 3 cards. It's just easier, I think, to cut all 3 pieces at the same time. These do not want to come off. Oh my heavens to Betsy. Come on now. There. They were hanging tight. All right, so let's start doing some sticking here. So that would require some adhesive. Now you can use multi-purpose liquid glue for this if you prefer. You can use a tape runner, whatever is your choice. I'm going to use a tape runner. So I'm going to start with these pieces here. And hopefully we don't get any trick-or-treaters while we're making our card. My son is ready to go answer the door, if that should happen. And I am just trying to keep the same amount of space around the sides there. So I have that one adhered on. Now I'm going to go in and stick this one in place. So it's just like a puzzle. Who here likes to do puzzles? I love puzzles. I usually like 1,000-piece puzzles, unless we're in a time crunch, and then I will, I can make do with a 500. This one is a 3-piece puzzle. It's not hard, right? I'm being careful to not stick it down until I'm happy with my spacing on the sides, right? There we go. You love puzzles too. What size puzzles do you guys do? Because, I guess I do any puzzle you put in front of me. So that's one of the family activities we like to do, especially with my mom. My mom's a big puzzler. She's also a crossword puzzler. I am not.
Very good at that. All right, so we'll stick this on. So there we've got one of our cards. I'm going to repeat that with the other two here. And 300 piece is good. 300 piece is good. If you're doing 1,000 piece, sometimes they're really hard, right? The last one I think we did was a 1,500 piece, and oh man, it took us forever. I didn't think we were ever going to get that thing done. So my husband, son, and I were doing it, and I don't know, sometimes I felt like I was the only one doing it. All right, so before I stick it down, I again want to just make sure that I'm evenly spaced here on the side, the top, the bottom, all the things. There we go. I love these rich tones. They are so gorgeous. We are making Thinking of You cards, and we're going to be using the Layering Leaves stamp set, which is my downline, my team member, Rachel Tessman. It's her $1 million sales stamp set. So when a demonstrator achieves $1 million in sales, they get to design, they get to work with a Stampin' Up! Designer and design a stamp set. And this was Rachel's, and it coordinates with the Bow Punch, which we're also going to use. And it's really a great set. It was so popular, the Bow Punch sold out for quite a while, but it is back in stock now. All right, so there we've got that one. You can see how they're all the same but slightly different, right? And the pretty copper in this paper makes it just absolutely so rich and elegant. So gorgeous. This would actually make a really nice sympathy card as well. It would be good for anything masculine, anything fall, Thanksgiving cards, lots of things. All right, how's our puzzle coming along here? All right, so here we go, and I just look for the square corners to help me know where how to put the piece into the puzzle. Okay, here's a question for you. My husband feels that looking at the lid of the box is cheating, and that you should just do the puzzle without doing that. I always have to look at the lid of the box. So with this particular card, that is why I did a PDF template, because I think that would be helpful to look at to remember where the pieces go, right? But let me know in the comments if you look at when you do puzzles, if you look at the lid, because I totally do. I would be in deep trouble if I didn't. Okay, so there we have, it's not cheating. Okay, whew, I'm so glad. So glad to hear that. I'm not alone. All right, so we've got our three cards that are slightly different, but kind of the same. And now we're going to emboss these pieces. These are going to go like a little bridge piece across here. So I'm going to stack you guys. Oh no, I'm not. I did not want to stack. All right, let's bring in the die cutting machine, and we're going to die cut a label for our greeting and also emboss these guys. And all right, what did I do with the crumb cake? Found it. Found it. All right, take a sip, everyone. We have located the crumb cake. Let's slide these out of the way. I'm roasting, so I've removed my vest. And it's falling and it's in the way. And oh my heavens to Betsy. Okay. Getting things off the floor. This is how we roll here at Sue Stampfield. All right, moving those stamps out of my way. Move. Okay. So I'm going to start with the embossing setup here. So I have, oh, I love this. Do you guys love this folder? It is such an awesome, awesome folder. This is the Distressed Tile embossing, the 3D embossing folder. You had 300 trick-or-treaters, Carol? Oh my gosh, that's insane. And you're in Michigan. It's cold and snowy there, right? Oh my goodness. Yeah, because we're on this cul-de-sac, we have a large neighborhood behind us, but we're kind of away from it. So the kids don't always get up here. Although my neighbors that moved in a few years ago, they have a big skeleton, scary setup thing. So that does kind of draw a few more people because their whole yard is all Halloweeny. All right. So we got our embossed pieces here. Again, we'll be cutting these to size, because when you emboss them, they shrink a little bit. And so that's why I cut them a little longer than I needed, and I'll just cut them to fit. All right, so now I'm ready to do my my labels here. So I've got platform 1, I've got thin die adapter number 2, I've got a cutting plate number 3, got my crumb cake cardstock, and I have a die, and this isn't the one I want. So I'm using these Something Fancy dies, and they have these little nesting labels. They've actually got a couple nesting labels. This one would actually work for the card too. I'm going to use this one. I don't know. Just the one I did for my practice run. Oh, Susan, that is the wrong plate. Oh my gosh. All right, we're out of control. All right, here we go. We need another plate number 3. Not a plate number 4. That was for embossing. Goodness. All right. Sometimes, oh, you don't like to look at the lid either. Oh man, you guys are good at puzzles. These dies are great. I agree with you, Laura. These are just a really nice set of dies. Good variety. Get you through a lot of different things, and they fit a lot of our greetings. So, all right. Remember, we're making 3 cards. So guess what? We need 3 labels. And let's do one more over here. I'm not using the paper to the best of my ability, but that's okay because I have a lot of paper. Not going to be running out anytime soon. All right, we're going to set that aside. All right. And got our 3 labels. I'm going to put this back on the magnetic sheet. I get these magnetic sheets and the little sleeves from Stampin' Storage, which is a company here in Minnesota, but they do sell online. I'm not an affiliate or anything. I love their products. So, all right. So we've got these now. Oh, friends. Oh, found it. I had a paper trimmer. Like, where did I put the trimmer? Now, remember, I cut these a little bit long because I knew they were going to shrink. And now I can trim them to fit. You can do it in paper trimmer, or you can just grab a pair of scissors and cut it to size on your project. Totally up to you. And one more right here. All right, so and now we're going to do a little stamping. All right, so I've got those all set. Set that aside again. I have a frog in my throat. So sorry. I need a drink. Lost my voice. Trying to find it again by taking a drink. Okay. I think we got there. All right, let's stamp our greetings. So I've got these 3 little labels. And again, I am using the Layering Leaves stamp set. This has a lot of great greetings that would fit on this label or the next size up. Like I think the Sending Hugs. Oh no, that would fit too. Best. Oh wait, I better look on the inside because sometimes they're a little bit bigger. I think this one is true to size though. Yeah, the Sending Hugs would be tight. It would just go, I think I would bump that up to the next size. Hello would fit. For You would fit. We're going to go with Thinking of You, which is way back here. And our Early Espresso ink pad. Now, because this is a clear stamp set, I usually get a better image if I put the Stampin' Pierce mat under it. So let's grab one of those. Have a lot of these, and this is a dirty one. It's got ink on it, it's got everything else, but you know what? That's what happens when you use your stuff, right? It's well loved. All right, so we're going to stamp this right here. So I'm using Early Espresso ink and the Layering Leaves stamp set. And we're going to do some leaves here too in a minute. Oh! In case you're wondering how I get ink on the Stampin', that's how. You just saw that live. Oh my gosh, you guys, seriously. Out of control. And then you can try to wipe it off, but it doesn't really. It's just enough that it doesn't smear on my card, right? It's kind of coming off. I'll probably put a little Stampin' Cleaner on there, but yeah, whatever. Whatever else. Add it to the collection. Oh wait, you come back here because I need you again. All right, so we got our 3 thinking of yous. Oh, we are making progress here. Assembly line. I have a piece of early espresso. This is 1.5 inch thick, just a strip. And I'm going to grab one of the, it could be any one of these from the stamp set. I'm going to use this one. I don't know why. I like it. It's usually my go-to. I'm not sure why. And I'm going to stamp Early Espresso on Early Espresso. Now you absolutely could do this in one of the other colors on our card. You could do it in the copper clay for like some fall leafy look. I'm going for more of a November look here, I guess, with the brown on the brown. Or you could do the Mossy Meadow, which would look like this, which would also be pretty. Your choice. I'm going to go brown. So I'm going to go in and line this up. And I know I often have you guys, I will have you help me decide on our embellishment tonight if you're willing. And then I'm also, we'll make another set of these cards to put in the project sheet. So I'm going to have you vote on which of our other 2 options you want me to make. So here are our brown leaves. Now I went ahead and I did the others ahead of time because I wanted to be efficient here tonight. So I've got the other 2, and then I also stamped and punched these. I did them. I don't know if you can even see the stamping on there. It was this little one right here. And the reason I did it ahead of time is my eyesight is horrible, you guys. So because it's brown on brown, to see it and line it up right, I had to take my glasses off and like put my eyes about two like right on top of it basically, which you would just see my head. So I thought, well, I'll do that ahead of time. All right. I think we're getting closer. We're getting closer here. Okay, so now we need to decide. We have a couple options here for our card base. So let me kind of show you what our cards are going to look like here. We'll lay them out 1, 2, 3. So we've got this little strip that's going to go across here. And then we've got our thinking of you that's going to go on here. And we're going to have our little sprig deal coming here, and then this one will be coming out the bottom. I'll probably shift this up a bit actually. And so here's my question. For the card base, we've got a couple options. The one option would be to go with a crumb cake card base for all 3. Another option would be to go for a colored card base. So I would go with maybe Pretty Peacock on this one because that's the bigger piece, Mossy Meadow on this one, and Copper Clay on this one. So are we going to go with crumb cake or colorful? Let me know in the comments, crumb cake or colorful. And while you're voting on that, I'm going to go ahead and start sticking stuff down. So crumb cake or colorful? Colorful, colorful, colorful. I'm thinking it looks like everybody is wanting colorful. So we're going to go with the colors. Awesome. Love it. So I'm just sticking this on. I just want to have it high up enough that I have room for my leaves coming out the bottom and my leaves coming out the top, and that everything fits. So it's not really in the middle. It's a little bit dropped down from that. And I didn't even make the dogs wear their costumes today. Oh, they got away with this Halloween. They didn't have to put on their costumes. They really are not fans, but they have quite a few costume options. So let's stick this one on as well. Now, again, they don't have to all be in the same place, but since I'm making 3 cards and they're all lined up together, and I can be a little anal retentive at times and precise, I'm going to put them in the same spot. All right. Oh, are you upside down? No, you're right side up. Okay. Right here. All right. And then we're going to bring in some dimensionals. Oh, come on. They were just here. They were just here. I'm looking. I'm seeing, found them. Found them. I'm seeing a lot of minis. These aren't actually the ones I had earlier, but these will do. It's amazing how things just vanish, isn't it? Just vanished. All right, I'm going to stick that leaf down there, and I'm going to stick this leaf. Now this one, I want to make sure it's not going to get covered up completely. Okay, that looks good right there. All right, and then I'll throw on, let's throw on another one. Why the heck not, right? And let's go add, oh, we do have 1 vote for crumb cake, but most of you voted for the colorful cardstock. So we'll go with the colorful one this time. All right. They do look kind of cool laid out in a row, don't they? Assembly line style here. What is going on out there? It's a lot of dog activity right outside my office right now for some reason. Threatened to put dog costumes on them. Maybe they'll go hide. All right, here we go. Almost there. All right. Okay, so I'm going to peel off the backing here on my dimensionals and pop on our greeting. And I'm just going to center this piece in the middle of that curvy end part, for lack of a better name. Curvy end part is what I'm going to call it. There we go. Thinking of you. Pull off the backs on these. And the more the merrier. All right. Yeah, I think that embossing on, you wouldn't have to emboss that little strip. Like if you didn't have a die cutting machine, you could do this card with punches. You could do a punch label for this, and you could skip the embossing. I do like the extra texture, I have to say. It's quite elegant, and I really like it. So, what am I doing here? Oh, I forgot what I was doing. Okay, just adding the sentiment. All right, this one looks a little off-center, doesn't it? Let's see if we can get this one more in the center. Yeah, it's not moving now, so it's just going to stay right there. Oh, come on, come on, come on. No, it's not coming up. All right. All right, 1, 2, 3. We've got our 3 cards. Let's grab our card bases. And then remember, we had these leftover pieces when we cut our paper. So we're going to make it extra fancy with our envelopes and our inside panel. So I'm going to start with, okay, these dimensional backs are driving me crazy because they're just going to get stuck everywhere. So they've got to go. Goodbye. All right. So let's start with this one right here. Let me get my, found it. Take a sip, everyone. I found my bone folder. Hallelujah. Not my nice clean one, but it's a working bone folder, and that's all I care for right now. All right, let's go ahead and put some adhesive on this. And let's put that right here. There we go. All right. There's one. Now we're going to go with the Mossy Meadow. That was the copper clay. Again, you could do all of the bases the same. You also could do all of the bases in Early Espresso and do like a very vanilla piece back here. I just liked the dark colors with these because these are such dark, rich colors. I decided to just kind of go with that theme. All right, there's the Mossy Meadow. And then, ooh, the pretty peacock. Oh, see, those dimensional papers I knew were going to be a problem. Goodness. All right. There we go. Okay, I'm going to pop this on here. All right. Let's get an inside panel for all of these. Okay, I need to know, I need your advice, friends. For the inside panel, do we want to do crumb cake to match our sentiment, or do we want to do very vanilla because it might be easier to write on? So vanilla or crumb cake, which one should we do for the inside? And then we're going to put a little bit of the paper on the inside. I'm going to pick the pattern that matches the card base for the inside. So I'll line them up like that. You wouldn't have to. You could mix and match. Let's see. Vanilla, vanilla, vanilla. Yep, looks like most people are voting vanilla. So let's go with vanilla. Might be easier to write your message on that way. I'm going to leave the inside blank as far as the sentiment goes, because with a Thinking of You card, I could use these for birthdays or sympathy or, you know, whatever comes up. So I think some of you have shared that with me as well, that you'd like to leave the inside of the card blank so that you can customize it at a later time. I'm cutting this at 4 by 5 1/4 for this inside panel. Oh, goodness. All right. Stay put, you. There we go. And then because we did vanilla, we're going to, of course, use a vanilla envelope. And is the foil in the DSP gold or copper? Jennifer, it is copper. Good question. It actually matches beautifully with our rose gold. Let's see. It matches beautifully with our rose gold. Hang on, I got some here. This is the rose gold foil that is in our catalog. It's called rose gold, but it's a very good match for the copper. So I had actually played around with doing the leaves in the copper. If you think those are too dark, you could do that as an option, or you could, you know, add, you know, if you wanted more than one leaf, you could add that in. But that's, the rose gold is a really good match for this. Or if you have copper foil, we don't currently carry it anymore. We have in the past though. And I assume that that would match as well. The rose gold foil we have comes in mirrored, hologram, and then the oh, what do we call this? Matte finish. And the matte finish, I think, looks usually the best with this one. All right, so 4 by 5 1/4 is the size for our inside pieces. And then we have that little bit of leftover paper that can go right down here at the bottom, just to keep bring some of that outside pattern inside the card. All right. And I think I saw that Fonda was saying it'd be nice to have more leafy branches. You absolutely could do that. Because I'm making 3 cards, I kept it at 1. But you totally could do that. Or like I said, you could punch it out of pattern paper and then not stamp it, and that would be a little bit faster, right? Okay, so there's that one. 3 cards, boom, boom, boom. Like a little card making assembly line here, right? So again, this is called the Stack, Cut, and Shuffle. Should be like a dance step, right? All right, this is the pretty peacock one. And there we go. And then we're gonna have, we still have that chunk of pattern paper for our, oh, I got something on this little chocolate chip ink on it, I think, or chocolate chip, early espresso. I have chocolate in my mind tonight because it's Halloween. Early espresso ink pad. David, I used to have a chocolate chip ink pad many years ago. It was a very pinky brown. let's put that on right there. And this inside our last card here. It's a very kind of a terracotta color, this copper clay. All right. So there we've got our 3 cards. And now, again, this idea was from Sherry Roth at Treasured, what's it? Stamped Treasures is the name of her blog. And so she also did this where she took the leftover paper from when we cut this panel. We had the one little piece left over that we put on the inside. And then we also had these pieces, which are perfect to do the envelope flap. So we're going to customize our envelope flaps to match our cards because we're fancy like that. Now you can use, again, multi-purpose liquid glue for this, or whatever your adhesive of choice is. My adhesive of choice is the seal, so that's what I use. And I'm just going to go in here and stick this in place, like so. And then I'm just going to go in and trim off that extra. Oh, someone had asked what it looked like if I turned it over, and I forgot to turn them over. I am so sorry. Completely forgot. I got so involved in making the cards. I do apologize. So I'm not much of a fussy cutter, but this I can handle because you just follow the line of the flap of the envelope. And if you cut a little into the flap, no big deal. Nobody's going to know, right? Nobody's ever going to know. All right, so there we have that one. We'll put that with the green right there. So pretty, right? And then we're going to take this one. You've never done an envelope flap. You know, it's kind of fun, I gotta say. And with this one, when you have that piece that is the perfect, literally the perfect size for the envelope flap, it's hard not to, right? And it does give your card that super kind of polished, pulled together, finished look because they match. You can also, of course, stamp on the envelope flap. That would be another option. Stamp that leafy branch there. So the name of the designer paper, this is the All About Autumn designer paper that we have got, I think, our 4th batch in last week, and our 5th batch came in this week. The last week's batch sold out by Friday, and it is back in stock at the moment. So if you have not picked this one up yet, or you needed another pack, I would recommend sooner rather than later. I checked before I went live and it was back in stock. So, all right, there we have that one. And one more. And then I would love you, I'm going to put the measurements up. Don't let me forget to do that so you can get a screenshot. And then I would love you to tell me which of these papers I should do, make another version of this. So I have 2 different options, and I'd love your advice. My sticky flap down there. And I like to do it this way because then I can see if I'm hanging over or not. I don't want to hang over. And trim that off. And there we go. All right, almost there. Ta-da! Now we could add, an embellishment to this. I know some of you are not a fan of embellishments, and that is totally fine. If I did add them, I would probably do these copper sequins. These are the Neutrals adhesive back sequins. These sold out pretty quickly when the mini catalog came out because people clued in how nicely they went with this paper. And actually the gold would look nice on here as well. I mean, this one looks more copper because it's got the copper clay behind it, but this one almost looks more gold. But it is definitely copper. So that would be an option. what do you guys think? Should I add the embellishment or no? Let's see. Other option would be these, which are the brushed metallic adhesive dots that also come in branch, not beach. I got you, Rhonda. I got you. So do we want to add the embellishments or not? Yes or no on the embellishments? And let's bring in add. Yes, 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 yes. All right, well, let's give it a go. I think I'm gonna, these are nice too, but they're a little lumpier. I like sequins because they're nice and flat. So, all right, where's my, found it. Take your pick tool to the rescue. All right, so now it almost disappears completely on the copper clay because it's just perfectly that color. So I'm just deciding where I'd want to put it here. That's one. I kind of like it disappearing a little bit. I'm going to put the big one right on there and maybe this one right here. All right, so there is, I'm going to move those around a little bit. Sorry. So indecisive. So there's a little bling on there if you want it. Again, if you want to keep it more masculine, you might want to do less on the bling. Pardon me while I move these around 6 or 7 million times because that's how I roll, friends. Oh, let's see what that looked like if this was down here and this was up here. Nah, don't like that. Bring this one down again. Okay, there we go. All right. And then same with this one. I'm going to put the bigger sequin on the copper clay to make it not be too obnoxiously bright. Okay, got those. And then right here. So this paper is just so pretty. It's hard to know which side to use because it is gorgeous on both sides. And once the fall season is over, you can use the other side to make these elegant rich cards. Okay, so let's put up our dimensions again one more time so you can get a screenshot of those. Again, the full-on project sheet will be coming out next week in the project sheet email. I need that to go away. So if you have not subscribed to the project sheet emails, you can do it right there, and then you'll get 2 project sheets when you subscribe, and then when new ones come out, you'll get those as well. All right, there's that. And then let's bring this in here. All right, this is not all fitting on my camera. Hang on. We'll make it fit. No worries. No worries. All right, let's bring this up. There. How's that, guys? Bring that up a little bit. Oh, but then it gets messy. Okay, there we go. So that is the Stack, Cut, and Shuffle card. Again, inspired by Sherry Roth at Stamped Treasures. Excuse me. And Sherry is a Canadian demonstrator, I believe. Oh, let's take this away. It's blocking everything. All right. Okay, so there's our Stack, Cut, and Shuffle. Now, I would love your feedback on, I want to make another set of these cards, so let me know which 3 sheets I'm using. So let's put these away for now. All right. All right, here's your options, friends. Should I use these 3? So this one is vanilla with the Pretty Peacock and a little bit of Mossy Meadow in it, and then the Mossy Meadow and Pretty Peacock. So should I use those 3? Or should I use, hang on, what am I missing? I'm missing one. Hang on, I gotta dig for it. Oh, found it. So funny. All right, should I use these 3? So the Moody Mauve, this pattern has the Pretty Peacock and the Moody Mauve, and this one is the Pretty Peacock. So, all right, let me know if we're gonna go with number 1 or number 2. Number 1 or number 2. Both good choices. Deborah says use the first 3. Either second set, mauve. Oh, more for this one. Oh, I'm seeing a lot coming through for this one. There's another one for another vote for here. All right, I will make up another set with the Moody Mauve, and I'll probably use Very Vanilla instead of, I don't know. We'll see. Instead of Crumb Cake, I'll probably use Very Vanilla, and we'll see how they look. It's going to look a little different, but also kind of the same. But this will be a little bit lighter. And I think these are, very rich and elegant, and these will be interesting to see what these look like. So I think they'll be a little bit lighter and brighter. So I am going to flip the camera, and let's see. Here we go. Where's the camera? There it is. Hi, found it. Take a sip, everyone. Found the right button. Oh, goodness. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Happy Halloween, everyone. Jennifer, thanks for all your help tonight. Again, a reminder, if you have not subscribed to the free project sheets, you can do so right here. SueStanfield.com. Click on subscribe. And thanks for hanging out with me, everyone. I hope to see you on the next video. One of the best ways to make sure you don't miss the next time I'm live is to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so that YouTube or Facebook will remind you when I'm on again. And I'll be back Saturday evening at 7:30 Central with another fun video crafting adventure. Let's say that. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.